Hey everybody, it's Jay Mohr. I will be at the Irvine Improv, Orange County, baby, December 15th through December 18th. It's one of the greatest comedy clubs in the country. You guys know why. We get it going when we're down there. Thanks for coming out in advance. I'll see you at the Irvine Improv, December 15th through 18th. Holler!
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
All right. Fake Mustache Studios. Oh, it's spooky. Cleaning out the garage. I found my boy Jackie's old Thomas the Train stuff. And we're very deep in construction right here because we like to deconstruct the comic. Uh-oh, look out here. Oh, it's the machine.
I am the machine.
Bert Kreischer in studio. Let him through. Let him through now. Let Bert through. Oh, and still heavyweight champion of podcast, Bert, the Machine Kreischer.
Do you know what it's like to go to workout class and see people wearing your shirt?
No, why don't you put that up on Humble Brag for yourself?
It's the weirdest.
And then hashtag weird.
I want to be on Humble Brag so bad. Kyle Cease is all over Humble Brag.
I love it.
Fucking love it.
I like when people on Humble Brag. I tweeted once, Humble Brag, and for those of you listening who don't know what it is, basically when people brag shit about themselves, but act like, oh man, it's so weird to be in the pharmacy and hear your own song. And they always hashtag weird, awkward. But I like when it's like just some bitch from like, you know, she's like background or like has she's like a 5 and under twice a year on Law and Order in New York, and she goes, really weird when the guy in acting class goes, you're famous. And I always want to jump on that and go, bitch, you ain't famous. Like, what are you talking about? But then I realized, like, it's the month collaboration of Humble Brags.
Yeah.
And I'd be a month late into piling on.
I've tried to write good Humble Brags lately, but I can't. I can never fucking. I think I get too attached to actually someone not getting it. I remember one time, a long time ago, Dane used to tease MySpace by going, guys, big news happening in my career. I can't tell you yet, but I might be able to tell you by Monday. And people would blow the fuck up. Oh my God, what is it? What is it? And so one time they'd go nuts. They'd go nuts. And so one time it
doesn't happen to guys like you and me. Nobody cares. They just go, what, you took a shit in your pants?
Yeah, exactly. And so one time as a joke, I tweeted, oh my gosh, guys, I don't want to spoil this, but I just had an audition and I think it went really well. And then people just started going, oh, I hope you get it. I really hope you get it.
On Twitter?
I didn't fucking get it. No, this was MySpace days. Holy shit.
Why do you think MySpace didn't work?
Because
spam?
Because of poor people. I think poor people overtook it, sparkled up their pages, and fucking destroyed the simplicity of it. That's what made Facebook work. Facebook went to the intelligentsia, hypothetically.
And by the
college
way,
kids.
Facebook.com/Mohr Stories doesn't get enough attention.
Is it a fan page?
Yeah, I don't even know how to work it.
You know what's so funny? Travel Channel made me get rid of all the fan pages because people that were really fans were running it, but then they were cyberbullying the fuck out of people. like you can't post on this page, and then hating them, untagging them in pictures.
Do you have a resentment being a comic that like fag, queer, homo, like you just can never type those words ever again? You can't say to Bobby Kelly, yeah, that was a really nice job you did fishing with Opie, fags. Like that, you are now officially out of a job at Travel Channel.
But
no, just came in over my phone. Okay. You're out of a job.
No, you know what I started doing? I think, and tell me if this isn't the way you think about it. I think I would have been like that if I was 28, but at 39, I think I connect more of that word to the people I know whose kids are friends with my kids, who that may refer to. Like a married men, two men that have a baby. Like if I type in the F word, then that goes. Then those guys read that, and then they go, "Why would he say that about us? He likes us." Or if the N word, or
you're saying it about Bobby Kelly and his fishing trip.
I never said it about Bobby Kelly.
No. This is all hypothetical.
I know what you're saying. But
this entire conversation is hypothetical.
So I'll give you the perfect example. So one time I'm in Chicago, all black club, and I'm just struggling hardcore.
Can we get through one podcast without going to race?
Right. No. And
Poor
it's the club
blacks.
I wrote the fighting the black guy Donovan story. That's the club I wrote that at. That I first told that story.
You see a thumbnail streaking across the sky.
You think it's a shooting star?
That has been killing for me lately, by the way. I close with that right before I close with the rest of your act. Fucking bitches. I know you're out there. Little chatty ass bitches out there. Keep my name out your mouth. And here's a memo to every fucking middle act in the world. The only time I want to hear you say my name is when you're fucking introducing me. Bitches. Fucking step up and talk to me, you little bitches.
So anyway, so this one, I go, so what do you guys want to talk about now? And someone said, some guy yells from the audience, tell a retard joke. And I simply don't have any. So I said, I go, I'll tell you what. I needed a reason to defend why I didn't have the joke. But I said, I'll tell you what. I have, instead of just going, I don't got one, I just go, I go, here's the deal. I have 2 little kids, or I have one, I think I had George at the time. I go, I have a little kid, and she does not special needs, but I know how difficult it is being with her. And if this is my night off, and she was a special need kid, and I had to double my time, and it was really frustrating. I had my one night to come out to spend my money and have my time on, and I went up, and there was a guy on stage who was drinking Heinekens and was making fun of the thing I cherished so much and spent all my week working for. I would fucking lose my mind, and I'll do it out of respect for that one person in here, or that one couple. At the end of the night, the fucking scariest guy in the world comes up and his wife's in front of him. They're Italian, right? And she's like, I really appreciate you not saying nothing about the special needs. We got a special need kid and he's been having a real hard time with it. And you made him feel like a million. And then I see this guy with fucking hands the size of a gorilla. And he's like, I've been having a real hard time with my kid being, you know what I mean? And he would have ripped my fucking head off. And so I was like, at that moment, I went, it is so much easier not to write the joke, not to tell the joke, and just fucking take the high road. Not to mention, you've been cutting words out of my vocabulary for my whole life. I'm used to taking words out. I've Go ahead. What are you writing down?
Just because I get so sidetracked, I got to make sure I come back. I like that guy in Chicago, the big Italian guy with meat hook hands. Yeah. Like if you said fucking retard, he would have looked at his wife and go, I told you he's no good. Like you painted him as this beautiful, sweet man. You really helped me out. But really, what was happening was you just kept him from drowning his child.
Yeah, no, he would have killed me. He would have killed me.
I told you got to take him back. Your womb is polluted. Did you see Scarface? I have an aunt who's special and delightful and great, and she's 50 years old. And one thing I learned, and I came to her late in life, hanging out with her, taking her to the mall. Segura's big friends with Aunt Christy. For real.
Really?
I'm not even kidding. Okay. If I'm at Fridays, I call Segura, and he's there, and no matter where he is in town, his radar, Jay's out with his special aunt, goes up. And she's fucking hysterical. And my wife was the one that pointed out to me, special people are the only people that can't defend themselves. Gay people, black people, Irish people. A special person will never be able to say, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Go fuck yourself. And their families, just, what are they going to say? And you don't realize how often you say retard until you realize that special people, when they hear that, it's like hearing the word nigger, to a black person. It goes, whoa,
off the tracks.
Like a special person in the mall hearing a skateboarder go, don't be a fucking retard. Yeah. She'll just go, oh, shit. She'll go crazy.
Yeah. And rightfully so.
And they have gaydar for other special people. They'll see somebody coming out of Forever 21. She'll go, oh, there's a special boy.
Wait, they can see each other?
From across the mall.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Which is amazing because Aunt Christy doesn't look special from 10 feet. She's
really
she's not like Down syndrome. She's just special.
Georgia calls it a boo-boo on their brain.
It's perfect and beautiful. It's sweet.
And
I used to do a lot of jokes with that word.
Yeah. See, I never really had any jokes. I never really had any jokes. Oh no, I take that back. I had one when I first started. It was was at the beginning of my career, and I couldn't figure out how to tell a joke. So I just tell stories that were applicable to that had happened to me, and then I just accentuate them in different areas. And it was a story. It was a mashup of two stories. The first fight I ever saw, and this fight that really happened between this guy Marcus, who's a friend of ours, who I can't even really say this. Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to say this at all. I'm not going to fucking talk about this at all. No.
I just wrote something down and asked a question.
No. I can't. Fuck. All right, so let's just change the subject.
I said once on Opie and Anthony, and by the way, all you pests that are listening, Neon Taster, Whiskey, whatever your names are, and all those guys, Psychopathic, Joe,
Cigar and Scotch.
Cigars and Scotch is a funny guy.
Tweets me every now and then.
Absolutely is a big fan.
Yeah.
Welcome. You know what? I don't know how I'm at number one. I'm the only podcast that gives a shout out to the pests.
Yeah.
Every time. Anyway, I once on Opie and Anthony said, I don't know what it was about, but I said, you'll stand there smiling like a retard staring at a Ferris wheel. And then it got like this crazy laugh and it had like a 4-year life of people going, I'll never forget how hard I laughed when you said that.
Yeah.
And then exactly what you just said, even though you made it up in a vacuum of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like how hard that person works. I think like if I took Aunt Christy to the pier and she saw the Ferris wheel and she was just in awe of its beauty, and like her sister that traded in her entire adult life and her brother that traded in his entire adult life to just care for her and keep her out of Graham's hair. And then finally you get her out of the house and everybody can just like relax. Whew. And then you take her out and she's actually looking at a Ferris wheel. And then you go to a club and you hear that sentence. You'd go, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Why did he ruin something special?
Yeah.
They're
the easiest mark for a reason. They can't defend themselves.
Yeah. It's the story I was going to tell you. It was a story I told on stage about a fight that was kind of based in truth a tad bit more than I'd like to have said. And I told it, and this guy, Mark, I forget his last name. He was a friend of mine in college. He was living in New York at the time. He was dating this girl, Karish. They lived together. And he came to see me, saw me do stand-up, and we get done the show, and he goes, that's the funniest fucking story. And he goes, thank God Kara wasn't here. I said, why? And he goes, Kara's sister is mentally handicapped. And I went, what? And he goes, oh, if she had been here, man, we'd never speak to you again. And I was like, I could have fucking lost a friend over some bullshit joke I didn't give a shit about. And I was like, that's it. And then I never looked at that. And then I always looked at if you're going to challenge, if you're going to not go after somebody, if you're going to talk about get chancy, I always say, talk about the people in the room who can defend themselves completely. Like, I used to love, especially when I was younger, talking about race. And I was the funnest shit. I loved comics that talked about it. Now I don't give a shit. I don't really go there as much. But on stage, I've seen you. I know exactly where you're coming from. It is fun to go right at, but you and I and Katz and I talked about this. And who did I just have on? We talked about it was Attell. We talked about this a lot, like at the Boston Comedy interview. By the way, I will say that for
Thank
2 seconds. Attell, you hit literally 3 home runs. Attell, Quinn, and Patrice.
But you didn't hear Matt Paxton from Hoarders before then. That was a round tripper, bro.
I have it saved. Thankfully.
Hoarders finding dildos in every hoard house, finding a dead body, a rat's nest that's 6 feet high with money sticking out of it.
Fuck.
Awesome. But
so wait, go back.
What's amazing to me about the Tell podcast was what a hack he thinks he is.
He's out of his fucking mind. That, and you know what's even crazier is I heard him say, "This is now ready. This is how I tell it. This is how I tell a story." I go, "Yeah, I know Tell. We're friends, right?" That's how I'd say that. He goes, "Yeah, he toured with Mitch for what, like a year, 2 years?" And he goes, "Yeah, I mean, we weren't that good of friends or anything. I mean, I'd consider him a friend, but you never know." I want to go, man, he is a real honest dude, because I just go, "Oh, Tell's one of my good friends."
Yeah.
I could call it Dave up tomorrow. If I ran into him, I'd talk his ear off.
What? Me too. What people didn't see that we saw, Matt Cohen and I saw when we were recording the podcast, and I brought up Blake Giraldo and I talked about him overdosing. And like in a fucking hotel room in New Brunswick, of all the places to go fucking Nelson Vinny Brand Stress Factory. That's where you fucking. Oh my God, that's when you have a closed coffin out of disappointment.
What's the one club you would not want to die at?
Ontario Improv. Right?
Oh no, I'm Cincinnati.
Cincinnati?
Yeah, because my body's got to take a layover, or like a connecting flight. I can't get home straight, and they lose the coffin. Go back.
But when Attell
yeah.
was talking about Mitch Hedberg and Geraldo and Hedberg's addictions, what you didn't see, and I don't think you could hear, was this bizarre sensitivity and this look on his face of like what horrible fucking losses these were.
Yeah.
And I would try to get him to go into like, what about the drugs with this guy? And it was an effortless back. Like I couldn't like pursue him or like cajole or like.
No, I could hear it.
I couldn't edge him. Hey everybody, it's Jay Mohr. I will be at the Irvine Improv, Orange County, baby, December 15th through December 18th. It's one of the greatest comedy clubs in the country. You guys know why. We get it going when we're down there. Thanks for coming out in advance. I'll see you at the Irvine Improv, December 15th through 18th. Holler.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say.
All right. Fake Mustache Studios. Oh, it's spooky. Cleaning out the garage. I found my boy Jackie's old Thomas the Train stuff.
You know what it's like to go to workout class and see people wearing your shirt?
No, why don't you put that up on Humble Brag for yourself?
Yeah, no, it's the weirdest.
And then hashtag weird.
I want to be on Humble Brag so bad. Kyle Cease is all over Humble Brag.
I love it.
Fucking love it.
I like when people on Humble Brag. I tweeted once Humble Brag, and for those of you listening who don't know what it is, basically when people brag shit about themselves, but act like, oh man, it's so weird to be in the pharmacy and hear.
Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
And we're very deep in construction right here because we like to deconstruct the comic. Uh-oh, look out here. Oh, it's the machine.
I am the machine.
Bert Kreischer in studio. Let him through. Let him through now. Let Bert through. Oh, and still heavyweight champion of podcast, Bert, the machine Kreischer.